Hello there, world. Gonna play my second, well, technically third, but second full match of the So, the board does not have a lot going on, so it's going to be a bit messy. 5-2 would be quite excellent. You'd take trading post in a heartbeat. It's gonna be a bit tough. To build, you can't. There is some trashing, but not a lot of, say, alt VP to delay the length of the game. I'm almost ready to go silver. You could argue in favor of a dismantle, possibly. I mean, all of that gets a bit in the way of the cultist chain, though there is enough other stuff on the board that it's not immediately obvious that you have to just do pure cultist money. There's a lot of other things you can build towards. Whether you'd have the time to get there is another issue. I don't think we need to worry about fool's gold. I'm gonna go with the silver. It's not at all clear to me if that's the play. And then as far as the 5 is also not clear to me. If you want to take the trading post or just go straight for the cultist, you may not play the trading post much later on, unless you buy a lot of, unless we buy a lot of villages, basically. Or if we get a replace, that also is something that can help with that. I think we do just need some trashing. This is nice that I hit 4 here. I can go ahead and get the villages. That's a great boon, of course. This will be cultist. This will either be trading post trash by Blessed Village or just by Blessed Village. That's a good boon for him. I'm not really worried about the dismantle at this point, but we will have to see. Would have been nice to get the trading post play, of course, but I assume he'll take a cultist. Yeah. I don't think I actually get enough money here to buy anything extra, but so my I'm having some issues bottom decking stuff so far. Definitely got to wait on that, but first player will certainly help me. And what to think about a replace. He is certainly shuffling better than me. At least, well, in the aspect of finding his fives at the top of his shuffles. I mean, he's played trading post more than me already. That's okay. I assume he'll just buy another cultist. We're gonna be low on piles already. It's of course quite harmful to have this is nice. I assume he'll be able to afford a Blessed Village. Yeah. Pretty friendly boon. I don't know what he'll top deck. I mean, we're not gonna lose the cultist split, probably. I mean, we could stop here and think about just buying a Blessed Village. It's not clear to me that that would be that great, but it's something to actually think about. He could potentially give me the rest of the ruins on his turn, in which case it'll be a 7-3 split. This worked out nicely. I don't know if it was the right player, if I was just kind of lucky, but I would like a replace. Of course, a province isn't out of the question either. We're not going to draw the deck. I mean, we just haven't trashed enough. So fortunately, we did end up splitting the ruins. But he's thin. Well, he's probably a little thinner. He's just played trading post so much more than me. We're definitely... Like, he could just buy a province, wouldn't be bad at all. I think this survivors doesn't help me, really. So he probably will be able to just buy provinces. And there's not going to be anything wrong with that. That order is a little bit strange. I think he probably could have just been willing to buy a second province if you're willing to get the first one. So it's a good draw for me. The replace, of course, is not doing a whole lot in this hand. I could put a Blessed Village on top. Since I'm shy of... Or I could put like an embassy on top. Or I could curse him. So we're definitely not hitting province, which is not great. I'm not actually sure which of these is better to keep. if I'm going to have a long enough game for any of this to ever matter. Lowering the Blessed Villages is a little scary. Putting an embassy on top is a little scary as well. If there's not a Blessed Village, then it kind of sucks. I wouldn't mind having the draw, of course. Well, never mind. I've been rescued via Boone. The Blessed Villages could run very fast between his dismantle and just buying them. So that's going to be a problem. Maybe. So I don't know what the last two cards are. I don't have to trigger, of course. Since we have 8, we could just go up to the end, or nearly the end. But if there's more cultists in there, then I think I probably want to play on, just to make the turn a little better. Not noticeably better. I can, of course, top deck something nice. What do I have here? I have 610. I can give him a curse and buy a province. I can top deck something nice and buy a province. So I assume he'll hit 8 here easy, pretty easy. C's gift was quite good. Well, I guess he just probably hit it exact, or close to exact. At some point here we're going to want to do the survivors. Probably. I don't know. There's another cultist in here, but or another couple. Okay, that was great. May just want to trading post the survivors, actually. I don't know if I have 6 cultists or if I just have 5. Got a lot of, I don't know, can I use the buy here? I don't know what I left as my last card. think we probably split the cultist. So, so I can have one of those at 10, 12. I can have $12 potentially with buy. We haven't seen that one yet. I like top decking the Blessed Villages, of course, for reasons. I don't hate just giving him a curse either. And getting the duchy. I'm a little worried about being too greedy with the with taking the Blessed Villages in case he hits a boon or if he hits a whatchamacallit. That was a really rotten draw. That's just miserable. This is good. I don't have the replace, which is sad because probably my big advantage is just going to be the ability to do replace in a province, which is just not in the cards now. I don't know if I actually want the second estate. Obviously it makes him a little leery about hitting province, or it can make him a little leery of hitting province, though he might be able to just get a duchy here anyway. I can trading post the two cultists is one option. I'm really likely to draw a bunch of stuff dead. Well, the embassy is dead for sure. The embassy's there in the bottom. Actually, maybe I just want to pass. I wonder if he'll let me undo playing the trading post. Because I know there is, I believe, a Blessed Village and an embassy in there. So I think I'm just going to end my turn and see what we draw. He might just be buying province, in which case I'll need a really nice draw. Now I still need a really nice draw, but it's not quite as nice. I don't know on this embassy whether, I think it's probably better to look for more cultists. I already had like quite a few cards worth discarding at that point. So cultists. Find the replace. Didn't find the replace. If I found the replace, it's a win. Without the replace, it's mostly just like all my deck. I can buy the province. That's not gonna... Let's see, if he gets the other province, am I ever catching him? I can't like remodel into a... It's not impossible for me to catch him, it's just very, very unlikely. Right, if he gets to 34, I'll be up to 28 here. I don't know that I'm really going to put together a turn like this again. This is like all my villages, basically. Probably this just loses like immediately. I don't even know if I had any other province. I don't know if these bottom two cards, either of them's a province. It might be. Yeah, he'll probably just finish here. I didn't feel like I had a real shot there unless he missed it anyway. Alright, so that's one for him. I was first player. This is gonna be Butcher, basically. And I have the super nice draw. You basically have a few options here. In theory, you can go Chapel Sentry or Chapel Butcher, or you can go Candlestick Maker Sentry, maybe. That's also a possibility. I'm just gonna get them fast. You can go Chapel Butcher. It's not that bad, but I'm gonna go Sentry. There's some chance here of hitting the 5. He gets 5, so that's nice for him. I didn't hit 5. I'll buy a silver here. Could buy an Exorcist, I guess. That wouldn't really make any sense. Hopefully we do reveal Chapel, because I would like to discard it, actually. I don't know that I want to trash it. It might be a nice butcher target. I guess it didn't really matter. I can trash both, too. I don't really know what we're looking for in terms of butchering. So butcher silver, or estate for sure, the silver. This will at least guarantee a chapel or a butcher by next turn. So I think I'm into that. Don't really like the werewolf much. I mean, it's fine, but I'll probably get a treasury here. This might get us a copper trash. It might just have the 2 silvers on top. I'm gonna buy province more or less as soon as we can. Alright, so we can trash a copper here. This can be a gold, and then we'll just green. This is still gonna be sort of tough. If he does, I guess we already got locust out, so there's nothing that's gonna kill the butcher. So that's important. Delusion, of course, is fantastic to draw. Or to get hit with, to do nothing. (5-2) is, of course, fantastic here. Envious would hurt quite a bit. Greed is fine. Or not particularly scary. We are not so far away from a point where, yikes, this is a really bad draw actually, but I think we'll be fine. But I think we'll be able to eat up enough of the provinces that it's not a huge deal, but it's still not a good draw. We will be able to mill and buy province here. Now would be a good time to get hit with envious. probably thinking about whether he should butcher a werewolf or something. He had, I mean, if he doubles like actual double provinces, he just loses immediately. So he goes like province duchy, he'll be up to 15. I can get to 24. Which would mean he would have to do it again, which I think will be kind of hard for him to do. He's not even provincing. The duchies are fine, they're just super slow, basically. I didn't have to lower that province, I guess. The werewolf could hurt me here. It didn't, but and this is it. So yeah, I can't complain about the 5-2 there. This is a bit of a pain. I'm gonna try the black market and try and find a trasher, but if you don't find a trasher, you're gonna be sad. Like, you're just gonna be super sad. I mean, you could double down on the black markets as a way of trying to increase your chances of finding a trasher. That's not unreasonable. Labs, you know, if you can do it, quarry labs, that's fine too. None of these are that good. I can get a lurker, I guess, to force him to buy a lurker. I don't know if that actually helps me or not. He gets a steward, which is fantastic. So, I'm gonna try this. This may or may not work. Probably won't work. Okay, so his pulls are nice. Village is nice. I could believe in double black market. I mean, I probably should get a second one at some point. He may draw his lurker. No, it's gonna be pretty. Well, he's got the lab. I was gonna say it's gonna be hard, but he may draw the lurker before me. He probably has quarry and enough money to buy another lab. So that sucks. Oh, I just have to take the temple, don't I? I don't even want it that much, but I have to take it. I get points too, that's nice. I'm not gonna go for a third lurker. We'll have sad times if he plays Lurker. He does not, so that gamble was fortunate enough to not punish me. You just can't do this. I mean, you can try and deal a lot here, but it won't actually work, so. I wish I had a village. None of these are any good. So that's nice. The lurkers we just like hold, never play. Unless you get super lucky, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I could put like goofy things in there. I can put bureaucrats. That's what I typically do when I have the... I'm extremely skeptical that you should ever play your steward for coins, but whatever. These are not that good. I mean, none of them are better than a lab. I'm actually almost to a prince, which would be pretty funny. Something like a bazaar would be the best thing I could draw there, but I guess I could have set aside a silver. That still wouldn't have helped me here, but I can trash one of the lurkers. I'm not going to do that, but I think eventually he's just going to be... I think maybe my one hope would be piling on something. So I probably should be playing the lurkers. Or at least thinking about playing the lurkers. So that piles run, if I have a points lead, it's not crazy. Since labs certainly will run, lurkers aren't that far, and nothing else looks all that likely, but I mean, the rat catcher is fine, of course. It's nothing spectacular, but it's better than... for free, it's great. If he doesn't pull a trasher on his first if he doesn't pull his a trasher on his first black market, then my sea hag looks better. I've had really good lack of I've had really good lack of terminal collision, I guess I could say that is definitely the case. I think it would be reasonable for him to get an outpost. He can probably make pretty good use of that. I continue to believe that the steward should always be trashing. I mean, I don't know precisely what his turn will be, but I just have a super hard time believing that that's gonna be better than trashing, but like you can get that later. I don't know if there's actually gonna be a 3 pile available. Long game, I'm toast, right? There's no. I don't think there's much sense in pretending otherwise, right? Long game and short game, I'm toast. I'll leave it. That Stewart's such a nice pull. Oh, we play it for trashing every time. I think my 3 pile is so misguided because it's like he'll be able to buy a province and then it's never happening, right? Oh, I'm gonna play the black market. It won't work for anything, but I'm likely overestimating his deck to some degree. I'm glad he's helping me. Lower the bureaucrats. And lurkers, that's great. I may. I don't know my last card. Is it the Sea Hag? It's not the Sea Hag. I'm trying to figure out. I'm pretty worried he's going to just start buying provinces a lot. I hope he buys another lurker. Okay, I'm glad he's buying that black market. I don't think that's that useful for him. I still missed province, which is not great. I could toss the sea hag at this point with the temple. It still gives me a point. I don't know how much the junking does to him. It would allow him to lurker a sea hag, I guess, if he wanted to. And I can buy another gold. Or I could give him a curse. Points wise, they're similar. I don't know how much I care about getting clean at this point. Seven. Oh, this hurts so much. Maybe he'll take a sea hag. No, okay. In is pretty good. 7 is really killing me. I mean, this is sort of the deck composition I have. It's not that strange, but... So this will be Gold Mystic. He gets to do a big in. He is going to shuffle though, so that's a little strange. I mean, he'll draw through a fair amount of it, but there's some issues. I don't expect his outpost turn to be anything special. He probably gets to trash a couple of curses here if he wants. Should have a pretty easy. Oh, he tossed this steward. That's interesting. That's very weird to me. Oh, he's got the messenger, so he doesn't have to worry about the shuffle. You can really have any of these. That's fine. I assume he's going to buy a province. 2 provinces. That's going to be troublesome. Wow, that was lucky. I will cry if he gets to play another one. There goes those bureaucrats. So now he's into the finish. I mean, I'm still mostly into it too, actually. I didn't play that particular lurker, but it's still going to be hard. His deck's just better than mine, I would say. I assume he has a gold or something, enough to get to 8 anyway. I mean, so the piles are really low right now. I do hit my province by at long last. Well, it's not impossible for him to have a bad turn. So I can get province gold, but probably doesn't matter. I don't know why I play that, it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 15, 4, 1, 2. I mean, in theory, the black market might reveal a VP, so we'll play it. Sort of reveal a VP, although I don't quite have $14, so it doesn't actually help me in that respect. It's sad. Well, you know, it happens. He's got a fat deck and he still is drawing pretty well. I mean, relatively well. Which is unfortunate, but that's just the way it goes. I'm sure there were things I could do better there. I'm not like super sure about my path to victory given the Then he didn't trash with it. I think he could have. I think he could have actually been clean there, and really beat me up. But anyway, he beat me up well enough as it was. 5-2 sucks so bad here. 5-2 sucks so incredibly bad here. I don't even know what to do with it. It's so awful. It's so super bad. I'm not sure exactly what you want to play here, to be honest. Like, you can train magpies, and I think that probably just beats rebuild. Like, you just get... Like, if the rebuild player ignored the magpies entirely, trained magpies will just be able to buy a couple provinces fast, a few provinces fast enough that it just beats whatchamacallit, rebuild, no problem, especially if you're handing them out some junk with ambassador along the way, or swindling them. So that seems unworkable. Rebuild seems unworkable to me. There are a lot of good 4-3 openers, so I'm not sure if I just take one of them or if I take counterfeit, or what exactly I need to do here, because I could easily buy ambassador and then have like a reshuffle in which I can purchase essentially nothing. That would not be that hard to occur. And I'll just inevitably, I'm going to fall behind on the magpies if he's going to open magpie ambassador. Like, there's no... I'm going to fall behind in some way. Unless his cards miss a shuffle. But I just have no way. I just can't see rebuild winning here. Like, if you open counterfeit and then go into rebuild, can that win? I don't know. I'm just incredibly skeptical of it. That would be the path, though, I guess, if you were going to do rebuild, is to buy a counterfeit and then next time buy a rebuild. Next time you hit 5 anyway, buy a rebuild. And keep buying rebuilds and hope you shuffle really well. Maybe that's just the only way. I honestly just don't know. Super don't know. That strat would make this like a swindler buy, I guess. I will take a magpie just so he doesn't get all of them, maybe? Potentially. That's unfortunate. I will be willing roughly to take the defiled shrine at some point. Maybe. If he does not beat me to it, which he did, so... Anyway, fortunately, he has not yet sort of hit the magpie train. So that's good. He has like 1 estate. Okay, he probably has 2. No, he just has 1 estate at this point. And I just keep hitting it. I mean, the first time he had more than 1, so it's not the most fair of comparisons. Anyway. At some point he's going to sweep up the magpies, just swoop. Sweep, sweep, sweep. You may do training now. That would be reasonable. This is all the things anyways. My shuffles have been okay, to be honest. This should probably be double magpie for him. I want to go through as much of this as I can. I don't have a province yet, do I? So I want to name Duchy because I want to pass through as much of this as I can. Oh, sorry. Well, okay. I meant estate. I needed to name the estate. That was stupid. But probably he draws the deck and just starts giving the curses to me, so it's probably better not to give him that. That was a dumb. I wasn't gonna ask for that undo. I thought it through correctly, but then I got mixed up what that meant as far as the naming, which is silly. Which is super silly. If I find rebuilding here, then it won't necessarily punish me that bad, but I didn't. So I would have gotten through quite a few more cards. You should still just buy magpies. Like, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he wants Duchy pies, but whatever. I super think it doesn't matter. He'll have easy provinces every turn. I think the rebuilds, it's okay. It works with his type of deck. I mean, it's okay for that. Now I am gonna name duchies. That reveal super sucks. I mean, it's okay, I guess. 6 estates are in the trash. I don't know how many. Well, some of those are from ones I hit. So he's giving me 3. Yeah, I still must have more. It's just super easy province buys. I would not have fooled with the rebuild, although he's getting a little bit of. Yeah, I did that same thing earlier. If he asks for that do, I'll give it to him. I don't care. I'm not gonna like suggest it, but if he asks for that do, I'll give it to him. I don't care. I mean, I did a kind of a similar thing, but mine, I don't know. It was like, with mine, it was like more of a it was just weird. But I'm super okay with whatever. It's not like it was going to be making the difference of anything. Ever. Like, in theory, I should just be buying a rebuild there, but I think there's some risk of the duchies just going away. Now I'm stuck with, of course, with estates, but I bottom decked the rebuilds the shuffle. Well, maybe some of them weren't even in the shuffle. I'm not super sure, what the situation there was. Yeah, they did all bottom deck. That is always a sad time. I don't think silver helps me. Swindler is not. I don't think anything particularly helps me. I'm not going to get. It's very unlikely I'm going to have enough money for a province buy. Though, in principle, with the counterfeit, it's a little more likely. In theory, with a counterfeit. Now his rebuild is sort of like a chancellor, unless he's trying to mill. If he was trying to mill, then he messed up. But anyway. It's interesting that he bought that. So, one really outside-ish weird way of me winning, potentially, is if, like, well, okay. It's hardly even worth talking about. Well, that's unfortunate. I should have probably played the rebuilds first. Do I just name the estates because I have to score points or I'm screwed? Well, the mills aren't particularly helping me. They aren't really hurting me. But I certainly had 3 points that I just kind of disappeared away. I mean, the odds of him not being able to finish here are so small. I forgot he already had a curse from the defiled shrine. I should have given him a curse that one turn. That was silly. I totally forgot that he already had one. So I assume he just has enough for the province. Otherwise I have a kind of an outside chance. I don't know. If he has the rebuild, he can just mill and buy a estate. He has lots of outs, so. So now I have to hit, I guess I can tie, because I'm second player. So I can name a state and see if I find a duchy or not. Well, if I had given him that curse, maybe I would have won. I think that happened. I think that happened after the after he'd made the defiled shrine. I just missed it. Alright, I have to win out the rest of these. So a tie is not, which would have already been true if he won, so a tie is not especially useful to me, but yeah, I should have given him, I mean, I was quite fortunate in my last couple draws. I don't know how lucky I was in the middle or not, but I'm probably fairly lucky. I think, yeah, I should have. I think that curse, the time I passed on giving him a curse was probably after he already had one. So, there's a lot to do here, sort of. What do we got on the druid? We do the wisp. So I feel like there's quite a bit of stuff you can do with Shepherd here. The Druid is extremely flexible here. I think there's a board that was basically identical to this at one point that I saw. So I just don't know how much exactly to incorporate of the board, because you can do a variety of things, and they all seem reasonable to me. Certainly you can look to get your wisps or your wishes going. I'm not sure what the balance is between keeping estates around for Shepherd versus just trying to go heavy wisp with Druid Exorcist. And then you can do some Candlestick Maker for payload. That's not, and there's of course training, which is going to be super good for possibly the Candlestick Makers and the Druids. I mean, you can play something like a cheap action deck, right? That would probably work okay. And you may still do a Shepherd later, but maybe it's not your focus. You're always going to be sacrificing a few points by going that direction, though. And if they contest you on wisps, then it gets a little bit trickier. So I should, in theory, not reveal I have a 3 because I'm probably buying a 2, but I don't care that much. If you draw well with the Shepherds are probably a little faster than going Exorcist and full Wisp. Lamp activations could be swingy. That favors the Shepherd a little bit because it'll activate better than the Exorcist will. I'm going to try the Shepherds. a second one yet, but anyway, apparently I'm getting it. Druid Mist, that's not good. This will be a rat catcher. That was pretty nice for him. Well, whatever. If he activates, it's pretty nice. He can't actually activate yet. Hopefully my next shepherd maybe finds some green. Oh, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna play the rat catcher and draw the second catcher or shepherd. That is all but guaranteed. Oh no, it didn't happen. Definitely a wisp for me. We're at 3, so 3 is not a bad time for a secret cave, I think. Could be a candlestick maker, could be another rat catcher. But we'll try the cave. Could be another druid actually. My rat catcher is here now. I'll probably get a second druid. It's either a second druid or a second rat catcher. Killing the coppers is great. Let's do the rat catcher before the shuffle. This is sad. Well, there is that. I could discard. If I find an estate or a green card on my next draw, I would much rather have that though. So I'm gonna try for it. And I'm not sure that the money matters a whole lot. Not that it would be bad to get. The wisp hid. His shepherd, he's probably gonna, well, he's got a chance anyway of activating here for sure. Second shepherd doesn't, oh, well, that, yeah. So if he found the little thing, he probably is activating here, which is going to suck. It's going to suck a lot. This will be a candlestick maker for me, I think. I mean, as long as I continue to whiff estates for shepherd, I mean, he can get forum and a hireling now. So, like, that's going to be... once he finds the wishes, that's going to make it really hard. I'm not sure what to train, to be honest. You do want to train something, but what exactly is unclear to me. The only thing I have going for me right now is the copper trashing. I think I'm a little ahead on. Forums are, of course, great. There's 3 of the estates, so I think I'm just totally sunk. Like, I don't think there's a very good chance of me being able to catch up on this. It'll be hard anyway. Is he gonna get a higher? I would definitely get one hireling with a wish for sure. Two seems really weird. 3 seems stupid. You don't want to do all. I mean, you might as well keep them as wishes. The wishes you can draw. They cost 0. The rest of these are you just have to wait to play. You can't draw them with your wisps. They're not flexible. There's no reason to cash them in as hirelings now. That does nothing for you. And in fact, it hurts you some. So that is all fine. That helps me a bit. I can't discard here, obviously. I meant the shepherd. I might be able to discard this stuff. No. So what did I end up with? Like 8. I don't have to play the shepherd, but I did end up with 8. Ultimately. So yeah, that's going for the 3 hirelings right then is super strange. That gives me some hope, though not enough, but it does give me some hope. It's just so very, very strange. Now I play shepherd with 3 estates. No, just 1. Okay. Now that's just me being salty. There's still some play left. There's definitely still some play left. I can wish for a forum. To try and make the shepherd draw a little bit better. Didn't quite work. I can wish for a second forum. I guess 2 druids is overkill. It's unfortunate that we didn't get that stuff sooner. Okay. We just want to go to the end here. Actually, I don't know what I have at the end here. There's going to be a pasture. Oh, wisp. Okay. Maybe it would have been better to leave, but... might take a gold. What does gold take me up to? It's not bad. Gold takes me up to 8, which would be like training candlestick maker. I'm not actually fully sure of that part of the play. Did he play his other hireling last turn? He didn't even get another hireling down, so that's good. The idea of doing that is more based on me having a lot of candlestick makers, which is probably silly. Doesn't mean I don't want a gold, but it might be double shepherd or something. Or, you know, something like that. If we're just gonna keep taking wisps on my druid plays. Problem, of course, is drawing and all that stuff. I have 4 wisps. That's pretty good. It's not bad. Let's just try it. I'm not at all convinced that it's useful, but I guess I'm out of coppers. So I may not have much to do with the it is really nice that he did those wishes all at once. That helped me a lot. I'll probably be buying estates pretty aggressively here. Get the province, which is good. So the wisps are of course nice. Oh, there was still a copper, okay. Didn't need the forum this time. Of course, we don't want to fall too behind in piles or points. I can't talk. I do need another shepherd, though. So be a good shepherd. Yeah. I mean, if he keeps buying provinces, that'll still be tough for me. I don't know exactly how much money he has. I feel like he was getting money from a secret cave last turn. So maybe he doesn't have quite that much money. This turn. So he doesn't. probably shepherd his status. I don't know. He needs some more permanent cash, because if he just is doing these secret caves every other turn, it's not going to be very much money. So this is a good start, really great start actually. A really great draw. I don't think the order of this is going to matter too much. We're going to be able to just pick it all up. I don't know if I had a way to set up there. I should have looked for that. I didn't even stop to think of that, and at that point it was too late. But with between the wisps and stuff, it's not that hard to do. This makes my money look a little better than it actually is, because I can just double province. That's not that bad. The other thing would be to get shepherd in estate and candlestick maker in province. I would like to not dud. I like seeing the forearm. So this turn he'll have a little more money. He should be able to get a wisp this turn, assuming he draws, which he can probably draw through. I'll probably be in range for a 3 province next turn if I want to. At least not too far from it. Assuming I draw, of course. Both turns really. My wisps so far have been quite good during this greening part. I guess I can tie again, right? When I said something earlier that was incorrect about the ties. I feel good about my position, assuming we draw each turn. He has the hirelings, so okay, that's interesting. That's not a lot of money for him. So anyway, assuming I draw, my deck puts out a little more, and anyway, his advantage right now would be that he Look at these wisps, I tell you what. His main advantage right now would be that he... I guess the form is the way to try to... well, we can do a secret cave too, so we can play one of these now. So the wisp is probably the way to trigger it, though in theory the shepherd might be useful for that too. I'm not sure I'm gonna have a good way to do that here. No, I don't think I will. I can't get to the I can't get to the part where I trigger it. Another thing I can get to increase my consistency is like a another forum. Well, I have this points lead. It's not hugely important that I stockpile coin tokens either. It's not bad, but it's not that great either. Do we have a pile out? No. We can get kind of close to one. I wonder if I double buyed on the druid if I would have just had a pile. No, the shepherds just cost too much. But I could have 2 more buys right now, in which case I'd have 22 and 11 buys, which would be just not enough. Not super far off, but Promised Shepherd Estate is good and does allow me to save some. Promised Shepherd Double Estate has some risks of not drawing a state. We can go up to 21 and do Promised Shepherd Forum Double Estate. And that's okay-ish. Pretty robust buys. So there I kind of gave up my token advantage, but it's not that big a deal. To empty now takes $20. So I can do that on my turn if I draw, probably for a lead for the win. He didn't have Secret Cave down last time, so it's not that scary. He could just play for a dud here, might be the thing to do. So now if I draw, I will be able to pile out. So I gotta play the forum first to try and find some more. I think he probably suspects correctly at this point. So how much money did I say I needed? Well, it's less now. $4, $10, $16 is all I need. I think. Yeah, I felt pretty lost when he activated first, though. I was probably not lost at that point, but I think if he had wished differently, he could have won. So this is very likely to be the last game unless we get a second tie. And it's a real doozy. I think I'm willing to skip Sauna here. I think I'm going to put plan on Blessed Village. I think I would rather do a Fool's Gold thing with Margrave. See what we get next turn. So I might do the gold. Not sure. Or I can buy another plan and trash another, or buy another Blessed Village and trash another state. And have some outside shot of getting to 5, depending on the boon. I do need to hit 5 somehow. I was kind of hoping to get there via a boon. Hopefully we find the Margrave right away. This should go pretty well for me at this point, I think. I can either go Stonemason, Margrave Market. I probably need to develop. There's going to be a lot of crazy stuff you can do here. I feel good at this point with my chances. What do I have left in there? Well, there's some money. Let's just draw it all. Yeah, it'd be better not to leave those coppers down there. Gotta check if I have enough to do what I want to do. I could move the plan, but we did get the 2 fool's golds, which helps from I'm going to start buying Avantos, of course. Hopefully we find that guy. Gotta check my money situation here. This is 9, 10, 11, 12, 16 max. I'm trying to think if I should get the fool's golds now. How many? I'm trying to figure out how many Avantos I should get now. And whether I think I'll wait on. I'll just stonemason the silver when I can actually draw it. That seems pretty fair. I think I do want. Did I get a guide down? I did get a guide down, so that'll help. I could get another guide. That seems good. Next turn. So this could either be another guide or fool's. Well, I'll just get the guide. I feel pretty good about my chances here. I think it's more or less one, but that's the kind of thing you say to lose the game, but, well, anyway. I think I'm going to take this and call guide. Oh, so we should be peachy keen now. We'll get the last 2 Avantos. I don't think we quite have a finish. But we're very close. I guess next turn, because I'm going to call it guide. I don't know that I loved my planned Placid Village thing. I think I probably could have done a better job getting to Margrave faster. Sauna I don't think is doing much for you here. At least not in this way. Not this sort of simple buy silvers and saunas. It's just when there's another village on the board, that approach leaves you, especially in here it happened, vulnerable to getting saunas but no Avantas, and having your opponent actually be in a position to just not have anything out of the saunas, essentially, except a little bit of trashing, or a lot of trashing. I just gotta check here to see if there's a finish, because there almost certainly is. I just need the buys, or the gains rather. Can't stonemason for fool's gold. That's when I have 4 buys, which would potentially 12 gains if they're all stonemason things, so that should be plenty. Again, I'll empty the well, I can empty things in a variety of ways, I suppose. How much money do I have here? A lot. It doesn't matter. Alright, so it panned out kind of barely. Oh, I forgot to mark the other one. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully next round is maybe, well, this was fine. He played well. Hopefully it was interesting, and I'll see y'all later.